We're playing recorders, right?
Oh, that's what that was, huh?
I was enjoying I enjoyed the intro. That's good.
I
Guys.
thought you were just
I mean,
really shitty
that
at
was-
whistling.
Buzz, why are you looking at me sideways? That was a good one. That was for you.
It
I
didn't
enjoyed
say-
A little bit of hot cross buns just for
Kazoo
you.
and you. That's what I call this.
the
All
great
right.
kazoo.
So-
Dummy.
Now that was my horrible impersonation of a recorder.
Yeah, we got that.
In our last session, you guys defended the home of our natives, the
The
Barbarian-
Cherokee.
the barbarian clan that you guys befriended, and you defended it. And in the attack, they killed the clan seer, the spiritual sort of advisor and conduit to their divine god. And so that basically made them kind of go berserk, and they're like, all right, we're going to go and settle the score regardless of the outcome. And they give you guys some time, and you guys whatever. And then well, I mean, you guys prepared and stuff, but like, I mean, basically
It was
you
funny.
got with the horde, and then you tracked the city, and you kind of found them a little unaware, so you're able to draw them out effectively out of essentially their fortress that only had the one entrance and no windows, and it was a solid rock, although it looked shaped. Anyways, you guys used some good tactics to get them out, but the sorcerers stayed inside and were causing some damage. So you guys went into the fortress by yourselves. By the way, I had a completely different thing planned last time. I mean, I had no idea what you
Could
guys
have fooled me. You did well then.
Yep.
Hey, no, it was I feel like you guys adapted to that really well, had a really good plan, and then I adapted pretty well, but I had to. I mean, but I was really happy with it. You guys went in there and had a pretty good knockdown, bloody battle. You guys got your noses bloodied, and John rolled a death save. And I don't know. To me, I think the star of that show was definitely Boz or
Yeah,
Hunt.
buddy.
Like, I mean, Tux was holding the battle and setting the tone, but
It's
that's
like
what
you guys were also there.
No, I mean Boz was like no, but the Tux was essentially doing what Tux always does, and Annette was darting in and out. But with the way Boz was changing to the different animals, the way it allowed him to absorb hits and sort of keep morphing, and then how adaptable he was with the different animals and stuff. That was freaking awesome. I don't know. That really. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I know his character could do it, and he did it well. But in the fight and in the battle, it made things like he was taking a lot of damage, but then some of it was hitting him. Anyways, I really enjoyed it.
He's like easily 5 times more powerful now. So get ready.
Hey, Boz, real quick while he got interrupted, I posted the
Yes.
beast list again.
And is it the one that's up to date?
Yeah, it should be
CR2.
CR2s, okay.
So, I mean, there's other stuff you can change into for sure, because you can go less than 2, but
Well, you
That's
said there was
the
a giant ape too, wasn't there?
no, that's for
That's
polymorph.
with polymorph.
Polymorph. Thank you. That's what it was.
Yeah. Now you can polymorph yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway,
But
Yeah.
if you polymorph yourself, you're then making concentration checks every time you take damage if you're up in the
Yup.
shit. And if you take enough damage, you'll polymorph back into yourself.
yeah.
Okay.
So just know that that's a risk.
And that's why I like that so much, because it has that really good double-sided balance of it makes him powerful, but it also is a risk to him too.
Well, that's why you polymorph the rogue.
I love it. I fucking love it. I mean, his character. I mean, you guys are obviously doing well putting his character together, but that last battle, I think, was like a 3-course meal.
We're just giving him suggestions and seeing what he does.
I
To be
love
honest,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
we'll tell you what we think is the best because we watch way too many videos on this shit. But
Maybe.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So you guys went into the temple and had that great fight. Now we ended pretty much
the
right
Temple
after that.
of Doom.
The
Right.
Temple of Doom. Yes.
We
Temple of
ended right at the death of that guy.
Yeah. So, a few quick things I want to remind you guys of as we're going into this that you guys would have known because Tux told you this. So Tux would obviously remember, although John might not. These guys worship a really nasty god.
Val.
And yes, and one of the ways they worship is by dismembering
Mm-hmm.
themselves and others.
Hmm.
So they offer themselves, their body parts, as sacrifice to their god. They
Mhm.
also offer, like, they maim other people
Sure.
to offer the sacrifice. I mean, it's kind of like in Game of Thrones, the one family up north that's like,
The flayed man.
yeah, that shit. But they do it to themselves or others. And
The
John, think of like
Boltons.
the clan of the Razak, how they do weird shit to themselves and other people.
Yeah. This is very similar to if Adam would have watched Side Quest Side Sesh. The second mission they go on is in like
some of that.
yeah,
Oh.
there was a whole society that worshiped gods similar to this. It might have been the same one, and they would self mutilate, cut off fingers, entire hands,
I want.
and that showed how devoted you were. Is how many mutilations you
It's
had.
like being in the
to
Yakuza.
yourself.
Nice.
Before I want Austin
Kevin
to.
Jones is really dedicated.
I want Austin to right. I want Austin to finish, but before we do anything, we need to regroup and talk to each other. So, but keep going, Austin.
So that's pretty much it. Like, this just happened.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, Boss's character, like, there. I mean, I want to try and capture a little bit of that tension that we had at the very end. Boss's character was taking some massive hits, and then I think John's character, you were also rolling death saves, right?
I was unconscious. We healed me up. I'm at
Yeah.
48 hit points
So
right now.
and then
Out of 100.
this guy was essentially still going till the. I mean, he was mortally wounded, but he was still throwing shit at you guys, trying to kill Boz or Hunter specifically. But it was the bow shot of Annette that sort of pinned him to the ground. He was still fighting even then, probably being used to torture and like other stuff. And that's when Boz like kills him. But it was a very, I mean, in my mind, it was a very tense moment because like if Boz didn't kill him, then he was probably going to try and kill Boz, like, or
Yeah.
Hunter. So like it was life and death in those seconds. So that tension is still in the air. You can still hear fighting going outside. There's a lot that's going on. You guys are in a fight to the death, and then all of it, then like with that one final death blow from Hunter, it's then silent. Like inside the temple that you're in, it's now silent.
Now, we haven't seen the big bad mage that was attacking the city that got away yet, have we?
You wouldn't. They were all wearing the same clothes as the three that you saw. You would have no way of knowing.
We weren't able to see his face.
No, I mean,
He was in a fight and fleeing.
Big bad mage that was attacking the city. Who got away? Remind me, when did that happen?
That happened at the
That was
end of
towards
the
the
fight.
end,
He
yeah,
was fighting
towards the end.
against the barbarians. We went into the like.
Oh,
main hall,
right.
And he
Yeah.
killed the oracle.
He dipped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was the same. This was just the last session.
Yeah.
Well,
And we,
I mean,
because we were watching him basically look at everybody saying, "I'm gonna kill her," so we would have seen his face.
no, you definitely would have seen his face for sure. You haven't looked at them. Like, I mean, you were fighting them, but the lighting in there is very much behind them. I like the idea of the lighting in this room, like the way it is, like the candles So it's not. It was kind of dim, especially when you guys were in this main room up here. The light was behind him. You didn't really get a good look at
They were
anybody.
throwing giant balls of fire.
Well, I mean, and it's super
Yeah, but
bright. You couldn't
it
see.
could be like a flashbang.
I'm just saying you haven't seen it yet. But right now it's quiet, and you guys can do whatever you want now.
Regroup.
So yeah, we want to regroup. Annette, I kind of, well, me, Adam, I kind of just wanted to see what everybody's hit points were at, and I think we're out of potions. Yes, I know I
Uh,
am.
I believe I am. I
Yeah, and
am. That's how
I
I'm
used
at
up all of mine.
48. Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
I'm at 45 of 74, so I'm doing all right. Boz, what are you at?
Shoot. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I got no potions.
Yep.
Yeah, I used them up, so and
Yeah.
I
I gotta grab an
myself.
ashtray. I'll be right back.
That's okay. I just kind of wanted like to take inventory and shit, because I think that's something that's good to know. I am also worried that we haven't cleared out. I mean, we've been in what 3 rooms in here. I'm worried that there's still more stuff in, like more baddies. But I think we got to clear out this fucking level.
36
36 hit points out of what?
out of 84.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So we're. I mean, we're all sitting around half or less. I would think.
I'm less than half. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
bloodied for sure.
I'm just over half, and Boz is under half. So, okay. I mean that's fine. Like I said, I just kind of wanted us all to be aware of what we were doing. So, I mean, she'll say, well, shall we clear this out, or shall we go back out? What do you guys want to do?
At this point, I don't want to leave any stone unturned.
Let's look at the the sorcerers that we just killed.
Oh yeah, let's loot the bodies.
Yeah.
Good call. Austin, do we
Do we
find anything
recognize
on the-
them?
So you guys go, sort of make your way back. You look at this guy. This dude you guys just spot looks like a young-ish dude. He's like in his late 20s, mid 20s, young-ish compared to the other ones.
Mhm.
As you guys go back and see the other two that are over here, um, one of them you recognize as the guy that was there at the place that killed the sorcerer. He dude had like his eye was gouged out and like piece of his nose was missing. Pretty obvious, and you guys definitely recognize him
So that's the guy. Okay.
for sure. After you guys go and look, you search their bodies and you find nothing on them. They don't have any trinkets. They don't have any letters. They don't have any coin. They only had the actual weapons that were in their hands.
Okay.
So they're pretty scrubbed
And
clean.
are those
Are these weapons valuable?
I mean, no,
are
they were mostly
the
using their magic.
basic ass weapons?
Yeah,
Okay.
magic.
You want to call the barbarians in to just do a sweep through the rest of this cathedral?
I mean,
You wanna
well,
share?
here's the thing. If we do that, they're probably gonna want to share the stuff we find. Which I'm not opposed to, but like if we have more shit to do, we're gonna need the supplies. Um, so I was wondering if we shouldn't just fucking comb this whole level.
Yeah, but if
And-
we send them in, we don't have to worry about supplies because we aren't taking any damage.
I mean, that's it. I really don't have a preference.
I don't have a problem giving them some shit because they've helped us out.
Sure.
Yeah. Like,
So you guys just went into this room. You were in this room, and then you just come back. You come back out here
well,
to look at the battle.
we would come back out here to look at those bodies 'cause there was only one body in here.
Yeah, I just wanted to. You guys weren't like you guys didn't search anywhere else yet. That's what you just said.
Yeah. We can just go back out and get them.
So here's the thing: when you guys go back out and you look, you go back out to that sort of antechamber, see outside. They are still in full on like war party mode. They are. You can tell they're definitely cleaning up now. like especially the ones on the horseback. They seem to be having like a strategy, and they're fucking shit up in an epic way. Uh, I don't think you guys would necessarily be able to see just yet, like where uh, any of your dudes are. Like Jaxie, you guys don't see anyone. It's full on war, but the barbarians are definitely barbarianing, and they're in their element. So nothing. I mean, you guys can go and get in on that, or
Are they're still fighting?
I mean, they're cleaning up. Like
Okay.
it's
They're
not.
on mop up duty.
And they're
Yeah,
still wiry.
yeah, and they're still like going around and killing, but there's small isolated bands that are quickly being killed, like before your eyes. Like even as you're watching it, I'm describing it.
We
Like
would start signaling people who don't have anybody to mop up to move in.
I mean, yeah, that or like she might just like Annette might just go and like while somebody's engaged, just fucking backstab and
Yeah,
like fucking get after it. Uh, like we may as well finish up mop up duty so that we don't lose any more of the clan. Like that seems pretty
I mean
sure,
we
no,
can.
I
like
dig
a
that. Like you
don't
can
guys,
do
don't
that.
want to keep them alive as much as
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, we'll need them.
yeah, we're not
for
gonna
sure.
we're not gonna roll for any of that or anything. Like,
right.
but we'll just say, I mean, you guys see a part near you that doesn't. It's not like horses. So, like there's some like medium fighting, but they're putting up like a tough defense, and you guys go in there and just like even just by being there, come at them from a different angle, and you don't take any damage. But by the way that you came from behind them, just knock their defensives down, and then the barbarians are able to come in and the ones that were there fighting that group come in and like kill them pretty quick. Uh, and you guys just help the crew. Um, I mean, essentially, your intention is to basically fight alongside them until it's either down or you see Jaxie and he kind of you have a chance to talk to him,
Okay.
right? I'm asking. That's kind of your
Yeah,
intention.
Yeah, I would think we would regroup with
Yeah, I mean that could be a
those.
whole
leadership basically.
yeah that could be a whole session right there if we were going to try and.
Right.
But I'm not
But
gonna.
we would see how their numbers are. I mean, we could probably get a ballpark just by looking, like how many they lost, what do they need, and then tell
Yeah,
them, hey, we got through. This is how we got through. Let's get in here. Let's clear this out. And do we get the impression that there are more levels to this place based on how tall it
um,
was, or
so no, it looked pretty tall. It looked like it might have been a three-story, like stone cathedral esque. But when you went inside, there were huge vaulted ceilings. You couldn't even see the top, so you couldn't
okay?
really tell. It looked like it went all the way up, but doesn't look like there's like a second story or anything. There's nothing on top.
Um, okay. Um, well, yeah, we should probably have them come sweep that level out.
Yeah, sure. So you see Jaxie. Oh man, after you guys went in there and took out those sorcerers, it definitely changed the battlefield. We went in and their soldiers out here didn't know what to do. I thought that could ever happen. And man, y'all fucked it up. So
Yeah.
that was a righteous battle. Good job, guys.
Oh yeah, it was.
Thank you. You
Meanwhile, Tux
seem
has like 4 giant dents in his fucking chest.
I think maybe you got like some melting going on
Yeah,
because you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
blasted with a lot of fire.
and
And
there's a fucking like icicle that melted a
right,
hole into his fucking side.
like when you got blasted with fire, so maybe it softened the metal a bit, and then you got blasted with cold, and I'm thinking it shrunk real quick and maybe tore.
Well, yeah. Well, cold also does. Cold does bludgeoning and cold damage. I'm pretty sure. Or
Right.
is it just? Or no? That might be ice storm. I think
Either
Cold
way.
does too. But yeah. So I always think of it like icicles just fucking shoved through his fucking chest cavity.
Shit. So you guys talk and tell Jaxie that you're looking for some help to clear out the rest of that temple, pretty much.
Yeah. We tell them be careful. We came back out because we're pretty beat up. There may still be people in there. So yeah.
So he sends like he sends 12 guys, 12 of his soldiers who are pretty unbeaten, unbattered, still full health. They're archers or they're throwing spears or something. They go in there and sort of do a little tactical sweep and stuff. They come back and report that they find one room that seemed to have been barricaded, and they wanted to sort of like ask, do you want us to? Hey Jaxie, there's one room back there. It's got it's a heavy door, but it's also got something behind it. Uh, Maybe you or maybe big guy here or someone. I don't know if we want to just jump in there or what. What do you want us to handle this? And then Jaxie, he kind of, looks at you guys and raises an eyebrow.
Take us to the door and open it. We will investigate.
Jaxie comes with you and them and stuff, and then you guys make your way back to this back to this door right here. Tux, give me a strength check, man.
Now he's gonna let the 12 guys open
Maybe.
Well,
it's a door. You probably can't fit more than one guy in there.
So right, I mean they try, but though I'm not trying to screw you. I'm just.
No, I get it. I'm
It's
just saying.
There's not a lot of room right here.
Be more fun, Dick.
They didn't bring their battering ram, so they're just. I mean, it seems.
They pick up Tux and use him as a battering ram.
There we go. Tux got a 21.
Yeah. There's a reason they were going to ask you to do it.
But if it's athletics, it's actually a 24, which it should be athletics.
No, if it's
why would it be athletics to open the door?
Climbing, jumping, struggle to. It shouldn't be athletics.
It's not?
No.
I would roll athletics.
It's just lifting stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's 21.
Yeah.
Oh,
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna argue with you.
You're such a pussy, John. Why isn't your guy stronger?
Yeah. He's only maxed out for player
bro?
characters.
Yeah. John, just so you know, if I critted, I could get a 21.
Yeah. I got a 16.
I just want to set the picture for you guys. Like these other barbarians, like think Princess Bride, when Inigo is like running against that door and it's doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then like Andre, yeah, exactly. He just comes up and Tux just goes up and like one arms that shit, like full and then just knocks it down. And there's like this like bookshelf that was up against it, and it falls over. And it was like a solid oak bookshelf, and he just like whams it down. When you guys, well, I mean, then
he whams it down, and you hear jitterbug.
And then I imagine Tux, you'd probably knock it down, and then like look at the other 12 guys to like go in there and do the sweep, because you're not trying to rush in, right?
Yeah, no, not really. That's
Yeah,
why I was having them knock it down to begin with.
100%. And then Jaxie's like, all right, hey, go in there and find out what's in there, guys. They go in and they look around and are like, there's only one old guy chained up in here, and looks like some books and some scrolls, and
I don't trust that guy. I don't trust him at all.
yeah,
He's
As
chained.
a player,
He's an old
As a,
guy who's chained up.
as a player, I don't trust that
He's
guy.
an old guy, and he's super fucking maimed. He's missing like an arm and a leg. It looks like he doesn't have an eye, but it doesn't look like a cut or like a damage. The eye is just sort of missing, and there's just like flesh that's just there. It looks like it was taken out.
Um,
And he's definitely changed.
is he
on
alive?
Tux would like to take a long, hard look. Just look him up and down.
He's leaning on like a
And,
board, like a 45-degree angle. What appendages he does have are still chained, and his neck is still chained. And he seems he's either passed out or he's dead. Someone want to roll a health check to see if he's alive or dead?
I rolled a 17 investigation check to look him over.
Roll the medicine check. 21 for a medicine check.
Yeah. So he's alive. He's just unconscious. You can't really tell how long he's been unconscious. Your investigation check, John. He looks like he's been expertly tortured. He looks like you can see wounds that have healed. You can see scar tissue that has fully healed, next to open wounds
Okay.
that seem fresh.
Just to double check, I'm kind of doing just an investigation over him. He does not. This isn't a character. If this character has any illusion spells cast on him,
Yeah.
and those typically get noticed with an investigation check. So if the DC is above 17, then that's what I see. I don't know if they have a spell on them or not, but
No, yeah,
just making sure
doesn't,
you know
like,
that.
Cool. No, thanks. Yeah. So
Yeah.
looking at it, and you're kind of looking at it with that investigative eye, and you're looking for any kind of
Because this is odd that it would be barricaded in this room. This is really weird that a prisoner was barricaded from the inside.
You're right. That is pretty weird.
No, he wasn't barricaded from the inside. They barricaded the door leading into it.
No,
it was barricaded from the inside.
Oh, well, that's
this
fucking
is weird. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is weird.
That's why I said I'm fucking not liking this.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. I thought the barricade was on the outside of the door.
No.
Anyway, my bad.
Call is coming from inside the house.
Right. Get out, bitch! Is there a stupid white blonde that walked in here trying to investigate a noise? So, I'm sorry. Does this guy conscious?
No, he's
Okay.
you can't really tell the last. I mean, he's very unconscious.
Annette'll go up, not get in touch range, but like 10 feet, and hey, wake up! You wake up! Does he wake up?
He doesn't.
Okay, she's going to. You said he's on a board, right?
Think like a 45-degree board.
Yeah.
It's solid wood, like bound together.
She's gonna
fucking chained to it.
She's gonna take her sword and stab it, not near his head, but like, as close to without any chance of hitting him, to make a big ass noise.
She's an expert swordsman. She could kill a fly on his.
Yeah, but my DM would have made me roll for that, and if I hit a 1, I would have stabbed this guy straight through the face. So I wanted to make that real clear, because I would have done that shit too if I was DMing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, give me a roll. See
Okay, we'll give you an attack roll.
Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1.
John, I'm not rolling physical dice, so let's see. Yeah!
Damn it!
I didn't roll a 1. I rolled
a anyway.
12. Yeah,
Good. I'm pretty sure that's the big bad evil guy.
Austin's like his AC was 16. You killed it.
So his face looks warm, like he looks old, but his body looks younger than his face. The wariness and the age of his face doesn't match the rest of his body, is what I want to try and get at.
Tux
Okay.
is going to start looking around the room for any possible secret passages, means of egress, because it's odd that this man was tied to this table and the door was barricaded from the inside.
You know what's
So
awesome is that John always tells me I'm super suspicious.
this was actually a suspicious
I
encounter
know,
set up.
I
You're
know.
suspicious when he's like, "Hey, there's a bartender that wants to talk to you." What's wrong with that bartender?
Fuck that
He
guy.
fucking
I
did
stab
something.
him. I stab him.
Yeah, like I think I have a little more means to be suspicious
No,
here.
shut up. You're also dumb like me. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, we're related. I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of part
So,
of the bloodline. We're not
all
very
right.
great.
So if y'all would shut the fuck up
No,
for
I'm having
a
fun.
minute when I can answer some fucking questions of shit.
Do you want me to roll another investigation check, perception check? What would you like?
Yeah, give me another investigation check.
Okay, that's a 16.
Hmm. So with 16, you guys find some easy things right off the bat. You guys, like over in like the back corner over here where you couldn't kind of see it first, there's definitely quite a bit of gold. There's some jewels and shit. It definitely looks like that's kind of the stash. They also have a small altar next to it that has, like, it's an old tome. Like, it's definitely their sacred religious text. It's got some. It looks like it's written in like a red type ink or something.
It's like blood.
Uh,
It's
pro-
blood.
it You'd have to do a check if you wanted to try and determine what it was, but it's definitely like a red ink. Um, and you guys find some like some other scrolls and stuff,
Wait, what would you say exactly what it was? It was an old what?
like an old tome, like an old book, like an
Tome.
old bound like book, like with like pretty thick leather, and then inside is like little scroll pages and stuff, and like ornate drawings and like some things of like how to properly dissect stuff. It's got some like some gruesome pictures in
We
there.
find the Necronomicon.
Yeah. Okay.
Dope.
Um, but you don't find any like the walls all seem to be made of like that sort of the inside of the like the shaped stonework, right? Like it looks like if this was like a giant a single piece of stone or some type of like a obsidian stone work, and everything inside was like chiseled and carved out. So everything in there looks very solid. Um, there's one part of it over here because there is more than one doorway into this place, right? So when you guys come over here to this door is not barricaded,
Okay.
and the obsidian right here is almost clear, right? So the obsidian, like the rock right here, is still there, and it's still very. I mean, it looks very strong, but it's clear.
Oh,
And then this
okay.
is like a stone door, almost kind of looks like a bank vault. This one
Now,
was not of the same.
would our men have already cleared this room, though, because this
They
door
did,
here?
yeah, they
Okay.
did,
So they
but
could tell us that that room is clear.
yeah,
Okay.
Can we make some kind of check on this clear portion?
sure.
What kind of check do you
What kind of
want?
check?
I mean, you could do some Arcana. You could do
Oh,
another. I mean, you can't really do an intelligence check.
Yeah. I mean, Arcana's intelligence based, and it's the
got-
same.
Yeah, I'll do
I got
Arcana.
15.
I got a 25.
Kind of 8.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, I'll just tell you this, and you guys tell me if this is fair for what you guys. You know it's clear, and you guys know that some teleportation spells require you to be able to see where you're moving to.
Okay. So it's like
There, like when you guys see it, there doesn't seem to be anything weird with like. There's no magical properties in and of itself, but it does seem to be a pretty like a 4 feet by 2 feet, very clear portion where only somebody who could probably teleport and they had to see where they were going.
So
And,
maybe this. Okay. Hmm.
If
So
me
what
and
would? So okay. So there's obviously there's some sort of reason to get from this room to this room quickly.
I think it was the other way around.
yes, we're in that large room, Adam.
No, I
We'll
understand.
go.
Or
We'll go
back. I
check
meant
these.
back and
We'll
forth.
go
Whatever.
check these other two rooms that connect off of here for any secret passages and trapdoors.
I mean, yeah, you guys just give me another investigation check just for both rooms of being able to.
So I
Nope.
got a
Good. I got
12 on the first room and a 15 on the second room.
I mean, generally, this room seems mostly like a sort of dormitory.
six. There you go.
Okay.
Not too much. Uh, Again, all looks like the carved stonework. This one looks like it was just sort of. I mean, there's like a some uh, an open book with some like scrolling, like some notes and some stuff, and then there's another book right next to it. They're either taking some notes or transcribing it.
Is it in
As you
common?
guys go through it, you guys find some odds and ends and bits and pieces, but nothing that sticks out to you. Just like general people live here kind of stuff.
Hmm. Okay. I'm still interested by this glass thing, but I can't figure it out myself. Um. Okay.
He put
Um.
it there so the guy could misty step out of the room.
Well, yeah. Okay. I get that, but like, I mean, sure, but like, or just leave the door open, like, which is fine.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. I.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But whatever. Okay. So, is everything we found that's written in common?
Yes.
Okay. Um. Okay. Should we let's 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 station a couple dudes um by this guy. Should we go find out what's in the other rooms?
I mean, they would have cleared those. They didn't tell us about anything in particular, but we can go look them.
I mean, yeah.
Check
Did
them
They
out.
may
anybody?
not. They may not know
Yeah.
what to look for.
I mean, you guys. Again, this one over here was definitely their kitchen. They have food. You guys, you run your hands along the walls. You look under stuff. You don't. Everything looks like it was. Everything in there looks like it was simply carved out of the same stonework. Um, and then over here, looks like a prayer room. And then this is just storage. You guys see lots of rice and beans, lots of some blank paper, um, tools and instruments.
Boz, it's a Mexican household.
I was about to say
Arroz con frijoles.
that
So
paper is to make piñatas. You know.
hey, did that guy wake up when I stabbed the sword by his head?
Our dinner just came, so you guys talk amongst yourselves real quick.
Okay.
Okay, remind me to ask him that when he comes back.
So they're making illegal piñatas.
Right, it's a black market pinata, and they stuff it with rice and beans instead of candy. That would suck.
Uncooked. Well, either way, it sucks.
I mean, because like, what are you gonna catch it when it falls out and then eat it out of your hands, or eat it off the ground? They like hang the pinata over a table you'd use for like a crawfish boil. Just fucking.
Or they cook the rice and beans in the piñata, kind of like the way they put chicken underground.
How do you even do that? You're gonna heat the pinata and just catches on fire.
It's the original Burning Man.
Oh, Brandon Fuego. I don't think that's how you say Burning Man, but whatever. It got my gringo point across. Okay. So yeah, we gotta fucking figure this guy out. We don't even have any way to like. Well, Boz could heal him.
Yeah.
I want to kill him, but that's John, not Tux.
He's tied up.
I want to kill him, and that's both.
You don't have any reason to believe he's associated with them other than the suspiciousness of the situation, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't have any markings on
No,
him.
no, no. No.
I
I
mean,
just know exactly who that is.
is this
And I don't
because
want to fucking fuck with it.
is this because of talks you and Austin had about the campaign?
No.
Oh, who do you
No, no,
think?
no.
Who do you think it is?
That's Kasib. I
Okay.
also think that Kasib, because he hasn't told me any story shit.
Okay.
He doesn't tell me story shit. I also think that Kasib is pulling a freaking Sauron on Theoden with the king. I think that's what's going on with the king.
Okay.
But I could be way off with that one.
I
But I have a
mean,
feeling that that's what's going on.
maybe.
I think there's some Theoden going on there. And I think for sure that this guy is Kasib because he already did this to us once.
And I got the salad out here, obviously.
When did it remind me of when he did this to us?
Captain Denham.
Oh, okay. Yes, right.
What did I use again?
Hey, so did the
No.
guy wake up when I stabbed by his head?
No. No. Nothing. Nothing. No
Okay.
response.
So, John, you and Boz want to kill him. Is that what your characters want to do?
No.
Okay.
Tux does not. Tux almost just wants to leave him. This is a very
mean,
odd
yeah,
situation. It might be best to just leave him
But he
because he could be dangerous.
He could be dangerous, but we also have little to no leads. So, in my opinion, he is the closest thing we have to a lead if we can get him to talk.
Also, considering the powerful mages we've been fighting here, he could easily be a disguised powerful mage.
Sure. He could also just be a beaten old man with information. Just playing devil's advocate.
He could, but is the information even worth it at this point?
I mean,
We've
what-
killed all of them we could find. We should probably leave it be and move on to
So
our
real
next
quick, guys,
task.
in my head, you guys are right here, and the dude is over here.
okay.
And you
Where
guys
are we?
We're
guys
on the
are right
map.
here,
Okay. Yeah.
and he's like right here, and you guys are just sort of like huddled over in the corner, just like talking to yourselves about.
While we're in this huddle, Annette is, probably like every 3 to 4 seconds, just peeking back at him.
And
Yeah, and you guys have
you guys are whispering. I'm talking loud that I want to kill him.
Tux isn't
yeah.
whispering. Tux isn't whispering at all.
Yeah.
Tux is pragmatic.
Is Tux even capable of whispering? I feel like it's like something he does.
I don't
Unable
think
to
he's-
control the volume of
I
it.
don't think he's good at it. I don't think he's good at it at all.
He's suffering from hibernation sickness.
I can't control the volume of my voice.
Evacuation complete. Okay, so at some point, I don't know, I know that alignment is kind of bullshit, but my character's not evil. She did one kind of evil act,
Yeah.
but saw it as a mercy kill. She's not gonna let you guys just off this guy without talking to him first.
Tux does not want to off him. Tux
I know,
wants to leave
but
him.
Hunter wants to talk. Hunter wants to off him.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that out loud purposely, but I know the best thing to do is keep him alive, but I just want to fuck with him.
No, that's cool. I'm down with making him believe that his life is in our hands
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But okay, well, what do you think about this, Hunter? Do you have any low level healing left? Do you have a first level spell left, boss? I would think you do.
Yeah, I do.
Perhaps you hit him with one of those things you put in the ring, like hit him with a healing word.
Yeah.
So roll that 1d4 plus whatever it is.
8.
Okay. So Austin, we're gonna give this guy 8 hit points back, whether he needed them or not. It seems like he needs them, based on the checks we've made. Does he wake up?
So, I love that you guys did this. He wakes up and casts fireball. No.
Now he's back to full hit points. Thanks. Roll for initiative.
So, this is what happens. Before you gave him any hit points or did the healing, was it healing word?
Yeah.
So, before you did anything, his
Fucking
chest.
really good
You
human.
couldn't even see his chest rise. He looked very pale. Just want to get across that he looks dead. He's not, but he definitely looks it. When Hunter walks over, in my mind, almost begrudgingly, maybe a little bit, or maybe seemingly, if not for real. And then he comes over and maybe puts his hand over his chest or something, or his head.
But he can
And
do that. He can do that spell at range. So I would. I mean, she probably wouldn't have told. I mean,
what do
I
you
don't
think
know.
you'd have done, Hunter? Would you have gone closer? Or
Yeah.
would you try to do it
I
from
would have gotten about 5 feet from him and not touch him.
Okay, so you go about 5 feet from him and reach your hand out, and you, I would assume, pray, right? Healing words, you pray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a divine thing.
Yeah. So when you do it, you see his chest rise as if it's taking its first breath. Like, oh, now there's lungs in his hair. He starts to breathe.
All the way around.
Scratch
Hunter.
that. Reverse it.
Hunter, are you by any chance able to dismiss any magic in the area? Just
Yes,
as
I
a
am.
precaution.
I like the way you think, Tux.
He has detect magic though, right?
I believe we took Dispel magic.
Dispel
I
magic.
don't think he has Detect magic,
He used to have detect magic.
but he might have it.
Do you have
Yes,
detect
Yes,
magic?
I have detect also.
So why don't you detect magic all around the room? See if there's any kind of fucking fuckery going on that we can't see. And then that way you're not wasting the spell if there's nothing, because detect magic costs you nothing.
So are you? So what are you? What are you doing, boss?
I cast detect magic.
All right.
I'm going. No. Is there magic around?
Yeah, he could
I don't
cast.
know.
He could scope out the whole room
In
and the
my
jamming
mind,
room.
That'll include on this guy.
so in
Yeah.
my mind, I like this idea that you cast detect it and you feel a stronger sort of connection. You just leveled up or whatever. Not that that matters too much, but you feel like there has been a lot of magic done in this area, but you don't feel anything active. You don't feel any current spells. There's nothing bewitched. It feels like empty, but I don't know if you can feel like the echoes of like a lot of magic has been done in this room, and then all the magic that you guys did, but you don't sense anything.
Okay, so there you go. So there's no reason to cast a spell magic now.
So he starts breathing a little bit more, and he opens his eyes. Now, Hunter is like right here, ish, right? Kind of a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys? I want to know where you guys are.
Annette would have been like right on it, like on his coattails, like she's with him.
And Tux, where are you at?
Right there.
All right.
John, get outside of a 20-foot radius.
So we're gonna say
Whatever.
this guy is like right here, whatever. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Annette, you're behind Hunter, and you can't really see him at all, right?
I mean, yeah, she'd probably be peeking around just to see what was going on. It's not like she's gonna stare into Hunter's back. That's dumb.
Well, so he opens his eyes, and he tries to speak, but he can't. He can't say anything, and he's sort of looking around, almost as if the light that hurts his eyes a little bit. That you guys can't understand. He's trying. It sounds like he's trying to talk, but he doesn't have the strength.
Sir, would you like some water?
So, did you like move up to say something? Maybe.
No, I just asked him from where I'm at.
He mumbles again, and you still can't hear him.
All right. Yeah. I'll stay one square. Like she'll get closer. I'm not afraid, so like I'll go to like here. She's cautious, but
So
I'll walk into your fucking trap, Austin. I'm not afraid of you. I know you're not fucking slick.
So
John's like, you're a fucking idiot, Adam, and I'm like, I don't care. Let's fucking
you
giddy
take a
up.
step forward,
Fucking deadite.
Right.
and he looks at you, and you see the green in his eyes, and then he looks at you, and he kind of, it's a sort of moan or a bellow, or it clearly took all of his strength, and
Millhouse.
he Annette, and then he collapses again.
How does
Mm,
he know your name?
this is a good question. She yells, "Wake
I
up,
think
old
Hunter
man!"
might be right here.
About killing him.
If
Yeah.
he knows you, that is very dangerous. We do
I'm
not. Do you know him?
well. Look at. I don't recognize him, but look at the this the discrepancy between his shape. His
Um,
face is very beaten. The rest of him looks pretty good. Like perhaps something has trying to say like maybe there's some kind of fucked up magic on him that like is making
Do
him
any of us
unrecognizable.
recognize him?
so,
There shouldn't be because we cast detect magic on him.
But
you,
maybe that has happened already. You know,
I
like
recognize him as the man I
so
want to kill.
Annette,
No, because the spell would still be active.
you
some kind of permanency. I don't know.
you think the green eyes seem like they, well, give me, I don't know if you should do a check for this or what. I don't really think so.
Maybe you sold him fish once.
Yeah, I mean,
You I don't know, you recognize his eyes. That's what I'll say. And that you recognize his eyes. But it was
okay,
such a quick glimpse, you're not quite sure who it might be.
all right. If she's gonna yell at him, she's gonna yell, "Wake up, old man!" Like, and she's like, she's loud. She's like
So
trying to get his fucking.
he opens his eyes again and he looks at you, and he opens his eyes and keeps them open this time, and he's looking into your eyes.
She says,
And
"Who
that's
are
when
you, and why do you know me?"
that's when you recognize the beat up pulp of his face, missing an eye, fucked up as he is. Uh, you recognize your spurned lover from
Okay. Ah.
almost previous life.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
His name is Lucky.
I didn't name him. Yeah. Right.
you
That's
never
fine
did
by
know.
me. I don't think we ever named him. Yes, this was something I told Austin. This was the reason I didn't tell. I don't know. I don't know if I probably would have told Tux this, just because we spent so much fucking time together. That this is the reason she left Baldur's Gate. Like
Ah,
some dude did her dirty, and she's like, "Okay, fuck this. My family's good to go. They're as good as they're gonna be. I'm getting the fuck out of town on to bigger and better
Gotcha.
things." Um,
Gotcha.
this was something I mentioned to Austin a while back. What are we gonna name this guy? I mean,
Jeff.
lucky, yeah, Jeff. What a
So if
yeah.
you want, we could take a. I mean, I know I just went and got food and stuff, but we could take like a 2 or 3 minute like quick break or whatever to like
I'll
you can get your
fucking
thoughts together.
I'll find a name.
yeah, his name is Jim with a G.
It's Jeff with the GEOFF. Um,
Geoff.
yeah. Let's
G-G-O.
um, let's say that. Let's just go with something simple. Let's just go with like Tom.
Spock.
Yeah, yeah, Spock. That's fucking um,
Tommy Thompson.
right. It's
Tommy
fucking
Gunn.
Tom Exposition. Um,
There you go.
Right.
um,
Servo.
no, let's just go with Tom. So
Tom Servo.
she's gonna say Tux. This is him. I don't know why his face looks the way it does, but it's Tom from
What is
Baldur
he
from
doing
Baldur.
here?
Oh, this is Tom.
Beats the
Who's
shit
Tom?
out. Sorry, Hunter. This is a story you weren't privy to. He's kind of an asshole, and I'm kind of on board with killing him now. But we
Sweet.
used to be a thing. Then he did some real prick shit, and now we are not a thing anymore. Um, I'm just gonna go. I didn't really give Austin a reason. Let's just say She wasn't. She like he was a little bit of a upper higher class than him, and he left her for someone more his station.
Hmm. Well, what the hell would he be doing all the way over here?
Beats the shit out of me. Tom, what the fuck are you doing in here?
uh, he this I just like this mental image where he's still like tied and like exposed and like fucked up, and you're just like slapping his face. Hey, fucker! What are
Yeah,
you
no,
doing?
he
What are you
hasn't.
doing here? And why shouldn't we kill you?
Yeah, I mean, basically, she doesn't like have much sympathy for him. Like, I mean, she probably feels bad that he's kind of fucked up, but like, not enough to fucking like help him.
Can
This
I
is
bite
what
his
she
head off?
gets.
What did you say? What did you guys say?
Can I bite his head off?
Not yet.
I said this is what he gets.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. Here's the thing. My friends here, they're not really too keen on you being like alive traditionally, but I feel like you may
Not really.
be.
He disrespected my closest and dearest friend.
Yes, and I appreciate that. Tom, your best chance to not to just be left here is tell us everything you know and do it snappy.
He he tries to talk and then he
He
passes
starts
out again.
snapping.
He passes out, but this time he looks like he's at in that before he looked dead. Now he looks like someone who's like unconscious but breathing and like still fucked up, but he's breathing.
She'll
Might as
slap.
well leave him for the wolves.
If only I was in my lab, I can get a smelling salt to wake his ass up.
She slaps him in the face. Actually,
Okay.
no, she dumps her water skin on him.
So she has to get close enough to touch him.
Yeah. No, she. Yeah, I'll get close enough, but she's just gonna dump her water skin out on his
I
head.
mean, if you get close enough, Tux goes right up next with you
All right.
and has a fucking great sword like on the ground in his hand. Like it's just he's not holding it up like he's gonna hit the guy, but it's in his hand, laying on the ground, and he's ready to fucking smack him with it.
All right, you guys. He his eyes. I mean, the water when it runs down and some of it gets in his mouth. He opens up his mouth and some of the water then gets in there, and he kind of tries to drink it a little bit. Would you pour any in his mouth, or would you just keep pouring on
No,
him?
we're just gonna let him do his thing. This was like the only dude she ever like cared about that wasn't a family member, and he did her pretty fucking dirty.
Uh, he he wakes up and he starts to take some like deep, ragged breaths. He seems more conscious now. Before, like when he was, when he was passed out, they were like the slow, deep breaths. But now he's kind of like fighting a little bit, taking some deeper ones, and says, "Dad, you're
Yes.
how are you here when they were hunting you?
Who was hunting me?
The red. I don't I don't know who they are. The ones that did this to me, the ones that were here. Well,
I mean, they haven't been hunting me, to my knowledge. But go on.
I was home just a few weeks ago. They came and killed my family and took me prisoner and asked me questions about you and who you were with and where you were traveling. I told them that I hadn't seen you since you left,
Well, at
but
least you did one smart thing with your life.
they didn't believe me. And so they said to atone I would have to make sacrifices. They would they would hurt me and then heal me. I don't know why they're hunting you. They didn't they didn't say much. They made some references about a wolf. Are you Are you with the wolf?
Don't worry about it. I know what it means.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know why.
less you know about me and my doings, the better.
Dom, what the fuck are you doing over here?
I don't get that one.
I'm
Oh,
literally
uh,
being
I,
disrespectful and getting his name wrong
I,
on purpose.
oh, okay. I thought you were like fucking like talking about fucking Fast and the Furious or some
Nah,
shit.
I was confused.
Yeah,
You know.
nah.
yeah.
I'm purposely being an
I
asshole.
mean, he's telling us, but
I'm trying to wrap it up because
yeah,
he's taking too damn long.
she's gonna she's going to call in a couple of the tribesmen.
Yeah.
She's gonna cut him loose
Okay.
and be like, take him away and patch him up. I mean, just get him back in talking shape. If he doesn't make it, it's not that big a deal, but I think he could be necessary. I just don't want to deal with him anymore.
All right, Annette, we'll take care of him for you. We'll do our best, but
I know. Do the best with what you have.
You should
they
He doesn't.
leave him for the wolves.
Well, we may end up doing that anyway, but I
You
mean,
better
he
order
may
my one.
he may have something left to tell us, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
so they take him away. They one of them has a blanket and wraps it around him and sort of throws him over his shoulder like a sack. Right? And they take
Does
him
he
out.
like bang his head on the door jamb on the way out?
As he's walking out, and then he turns and smacks his head on the door trap,
She,
and it's like a solid like
yeah,
thunk.
yeah, she laughs. Like I'm not, I'm really bad at playing like evil characters, but like this is about as close as I'm getting. Like she's not happy for him, but like, and she's not taking joy in this, but like he also kind of deserves this shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
So, well, that was less than productive. Um, she also made sure to like tell them to like keep him, don't let him fucking get away. Like keep him secure. Keep
Sure.
him. I mean, not prisoner, but basically prisoner. Like a white collar prisoner.
You know it could be fun. Lock him in a jail cell with me as a bear, just to fuck with him and see if he says something.
I'm trying to think of what kind of fucking magic you might be able to use on his ass. But I also don't know that he knows much.
Oh,
I don't believe he knows much at all. I think this is a huge waste of time.
What?
Could be
What?
fun.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you, but I also don't think we have any other. What else? What would you want? What do you? Which direction do
We're
you
gonna
want to go?
find out something simple like he's a caster, and we're not gonna fucking run into this guy again for a while.
Okay, that's fine.
So
So,
like,
what is your suggestion?
we head on. We took care of the Balians. It's time to head to the nobles.
So you think
We move on.
you think this whole fucking, you think the whole cult is wiped out?
I don't think they are. I'm gonna report to the captain that we took out all the Balians we could find.
Okay.
There may be others that are loose,
Okay.
but we have no means of tracking them because this guy doesn't know shit.
I agree.
And we're gonna waste our time trying to find someone out and just have to go to these nobles in the first
I
place.
get it. So you want to go after the king now?
No, next we go after the nobles we had meetings with
Oh, those
to
nobles.
talk to about the queen.
Okay.
All the fire on the map.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's the next step. I
Okay.
say we say bye to Jeffy, maybe take a short rest or a long rest. Write the captain, let her know what's going on,
Jeffy
and
wants ice cream.
we got shit to do. We may be back in town in a month. If she needs us, message us.
Yeah. If he fucking, yeah, that I'm down with that plan. Boz, what do you want to do?
Yeah. We may be spending too much time with this guy.
That's fine. I agree. I just want to.
But
So,
although a part of me wants to just for fun polymorph him into a sloth or some shit.
I mean,
Just for fun.
you You know what you could have done? You could have polymorphed him into something small to make him easier to carry. It'll run
Well,
out
well,
eventually.
if I was thinking sloth because they don't really do shit and they don't get away fast.
they
And if it's a
they
rodent, they can bite me.
they die a lot. So
He's gonna be less dangerous, not polymorph.
yeah, that's true. No, okay, I'm totally with you. Like I said, it was something I figured we'd try. She's also gonna tell Jaxie that keep questioning that fucker.
Yep.
As soon as you're convinced he's out of information,
Kill him.
like give us anything you need. Nah, don't kill him. Send him on his way with fucking.
Death.
Send him on his way with rations because he was a little fucking rich kid and he probably won't make it back home.
Give him a week's worth of rations
Yeah.
and see how it does.
And tell him there's the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out. So that's her instructions, and then we can move on.
Give him a big bag of water and cut a hole at the bottom of the bag. Small hole, so that way it just,
So it just
slowly
drips.
pours out. Yes.
So yeah, we can move on from here.
Fucking slow.
No, fucking this guy better hope he doesn't come back as the big bad. So yeah, so let's go. There was a house.
No, if he does, Austin's got a ton of explaining to do.
Lucy. So wasn't there a fireball family? That's what I'm gonna call them. Kind of nearby.
Well, if you consult your map, we'll move back over here.
Yes, please.
We have control of that.
There we go. Okay, so
There's one down here.
and there's one up closer
There's
back
one right
home. Should we go to the one further away?
I think we go furthest south and then work our way north.
That's
and
what I
back
was.
to water.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah.
Boz,
I always love
any
working
objections?
south, heading north.
Yeah, score. So we'll start heading down there, man.
All right.
So,
So-
on the first of all, on the way
'cause those are
there,
about the same distance anyway.
right? On the way there, I think we would discuss like. So are we gonna like try and get the queen back in power, like, or are we just gonna find out shit?
We were gonna go talk to these nobles and find out if we even want her back.
And make a decision based on what we learned
Yeah.
from them.
Yes.
All right, cool. I just
So-
wanted to have a plan in place.
All right. So I like all this. So I'm going to give you guys a recap, and then we're going to tell you guys a little bit. That night, I like the idea that you guys kind of look around a little bit more after dude was taken away. You don't really find too much. You guys find some letters and stuff, and like, but everything is more about like stuff that you guys already knew. So there's really you don't find out anything new, but you find out like, oh, here's Hunter is known to be in Waterdeep, and then you see something about he seems to have some traveling companions, and then like you see another letter where it has like a description of you guys, and then you see some letters about that like your names, Tux. I don't know how they would have described you. I mean, I'm sure Warforges weren't, unheard of, but, there's a Warforged who
Probably
appeared,
just Metal Man.
the Metal Man appeared in the city a few years ago. They don't really seem to know much about Tux, but they were able to find out a lot more about Annette, where she came from, and that's where you see a letter that someone actually went down to Baldur's Gate and found the dude, and then you see then in that the timeline of when he went to Baldur's Gate matches up with the timeline that John or Jim
Tom,
Tom
I don't give a fuck.
matches up with
I didn't want to name him John for what should be a very obvious reason.
that's probably why. So I just hate Tom for that. That's what
I mean, it would be fun to tell him to go fuck himself a lot, like on a daily
that's,
basis, right?
That's where my brain went. Obviously.
Right. No, I get it.
So Tom it matches up with the timeline of when he said like a few weeks ago. He's obviously doesn't remember, but it seems like it was like 6 weeks ago where they say, go investigate and bring him back if you can. And then you don't find out, you don't see any more letters about Tom. You see some letters about uh, the barbarians to the west, and there don't seem to be much of a threat. And then you see something. You see a letter that says, "Found Hunter. He's with the barbarians. Requested instructions or something." And you don't see any letters after that. So you guys find some information, but nothing new.
Right, and it sounds like we haven't found anything indicating like future plans for us either.
Yeah,
Like they're at their wits' end with us, kind of.
yeah. It seems like they started tracking you two, but they've been tracking Hunter for a while. But they've been looking for him in the high forest, not in
Waterdeep. Yeah.
They're stupid.
And they didn't know where in the high forest either from the thing, because it's a big thing. But they knew his name and description, and that he was a magic user, and like
Right.
some they knew his basic stats, right? But they didn't. He's an elf in freaking elf forest.
On there, you see 15 strength, 16
Right.
dexterity. You know what I love is that these guys' information, it's kind of dog shit, because like they didn't have much on Tux. They had basic shit on Hunter, and the one person that they took that they thought they could maybe use against the net is the worst person to fucking pick. It's some dude that she couldn't give two fucks about. Like, that's
And also
ironically
that would have
hilarious
the
to me.
least information on her.
Well, I mean, like, he would know, like, stuff about her from their time together and before.
From her past.
But, yeah, but since then, I mean,
Are either of her parents alive?
her mom is.
Okay.
She's good, and, like, she sends some money back. But, like, her dad had a decent business, and they retired fine, comfortably.
Gotcha.
They don't have to work.
Yeah.
So, you guys kind of have that conversation that you guys just sort of had and everything that night. I feel like, right? You didn't, as that night when you guys are bedding down and like kind of like catching up a little bit, and mending your armor or yourself in Tux's case. That night when you check the scroll from the captain.
Mm-hmm.
That's time when you check it. Normally, you see the same sort of like sentence or two. It always says the same thing, just in different words. No news.
Nothing of note. Status quo.
Report back anything, but other than that, status.
I mean, he would have reported in today, yeah. So.
Yeah. So this time, when you actually sit down to sort of write your report, you see like a few paragraphs.
Oh my!
For the first time, Tux. And
I mean, so this would have been like right after we got done dealing with all this.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, like the morning before, you guys, it was a normal day. It was a normal night, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
No, he thought about on the break in between writing them, but then decided not to.
yeah.
Decided
So
to
when,
wait till
this time when you check it,
found
you
it.
get it out to sort of like tell her stuff. You see that she's actually written more for you than she ever has before.
Okay. What does she write?
I'm not gonna. I mean, I thought about writing it all out, but like, I didn't really have time today because this week has been fucking trudge.
Give us the highlights.
Yeah, give us
yeah.
the gist.
So
That's all I need.
She says that she met the lady in the photographs.
Oh. Okay.
She corroborated your story. She's been talking with her. She knew her from when she was when the queen was a kid. She knew both the king and the queen.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons, I don't know if you guys, I mean, one of the reasons why she got the Waterdeep sort of assignment, so to speak. Doesn't really know what to do. She writes a little bit about how she kind of questions the king in a way that she never did before. She didn't. She did. He wasn't the person that she she thought he could be. Um, you sense like a tone of confusion, frustration, but
Okay.
you don't sense any surprise
Okay.
that the king could have done any of this.
Yeah.
And she's basically talking with talking with the queen of like and how you guys met with her. Um, the queen like she mentions she doesn't give any backstory, but she just mentions that she knows of your current like mission from the queen and
Okay.
says that she's also interested and uh, will help if she can, but because of the nature of it, obviously, even more than before, she doesn't want anybody to know that they are a part of anything. So you guys are still the best ones she knows of to continue on with this because she's just as curious as you guys are as to what those nobles will say, those houses, and who they'll back because that will obviously affect the political sort of landscape of the houses and how
Yeah.
much how much the king how much support the king actually has. Um, that's pretty much the gist of it. Anything that you guys want to ask or
Um, I would.
So, like, Tux is just gonna tell her what happened, and like, I don't. Do we have questions?
I would say.
I
Uh,
don't
I,
think so.
I would ask like what kind of like because like so the captain, right, long time basically police officer, right, should
Yeah.
be good at reading people somewhat. Like maybe ask
Mm-hmm.
like get a vibe check on the queen. Like what do you think? Like do you think like basically like I'd get her opinion on
Well, she
should we
kind of
side
said
with
that
her, but she wants more
she said
information.
she's still indifferent, wants more information. So
Right. But
we
like I
got to go
mean
get more information.
no
So I would say there's
I
no real question there.
I would totally agree, but I mean, I still wouldn't mind to just to know like her general sense of her. Like, I don't think it's gonna like be useful, but it's something a net would fucking tell you to write. Like,
Well,
you know
but
what
I'm
I'm
asking
saying?
Austin, did she pretty much put that in the letter?
yeah, so that's kind of what I was when I said
Yeah.
what questions do you have. I didn't mean what questions you had for the the the, the captain necessarily, although you can obviously put that. I mean, like she says that she knew her from childhood, and that she knows that. I mean, the story that she tells is somewhat fantastic, but all the proofs are there. Um, she doesn't mention anything at all about the attack. She doesn't mention anything at all about the photographs or the
No. Does
blackmail.
she mention anything about her personal feelings about the queen?
She doesn't. But
Okay.
what she
Then
says to what John kind of spoke to, the captain is more interested. I mean, this is what she's asking. Like, I we need to know more about what these nobles feel, what the houses feel, and how
yes.
they will sway
Okay.
the rest of the kingdom. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay. But also, that makes Adam's question valid.
Sure.
Then
Okay.
we should definitely ask that because they did not mention any. She did not mention her specific
No. No.
feelings on it.
Yeah.
So we would put that in our response. Hunter, is there anything you want in the response?
I honestly can't think of anything.
Okay. I was gonna let her know about our next move, but
Okay.
she already knows our next move, so
Hey,
that's unnecessary.
hey, Boz, how's this
So,
for little Mexican hat?
what?
He made a
Oh,
sombrero.
there you go.
It's
I wasn't
called
on the.
it's
It's
called a
a little
it's
rubber.
called a sombrero.
It's a Mexican hat.
Hey,
It's a good thing, yeah, but it's a good thing we don't have like a following. We get pulled so fucking quick.
All right, so I
For
like to
sure.
think that Tux probably comes over and talks to you guys, tells you that they're ministering to the dude, and you guys give the instructions to. I minimized it. Is that it? No, that's not it.
So we give a recount of what happened here. There could still be casters at large or members of the Red Sashes at large.
To Jaxie. You say to Jaxie, ask him everything he knows, get him healthy enough so he can fucking talk. If he dies, he dies. Otherwise, get all the information you can from him, and then uh, give him a week's ration. When you get the information, right now, you guys decided where you're going. Do you want to try and tell Jaxie like we're coming here? When you know something, try and get a message to us, or do you want to
I
say
would.
like
How
in a
about
There's
how
short
about
time we'll come back
I
this
got an
way?
idea on that. Like, so we're gonna go south. Like, how
Yeah.
about we tell him like, okay, however long it takes us to get there, we'll spend a day in this place, and then however long it would take us to get back to like right around the T in the Sword Coast, like right there. Like, just send somebody out, or he can come himself and let us know what the
I,
fuck they found.
I got another idea.
Okay.
What's your
We can
idea,
have
John?
him just send like 5 guys with this guy to Waterdeep and turn them into the captain, and we'll write the captain about
Wait, what?
it.
You wanna take Tom to prison in Waterdeep?
Essentially, so the captain can question him and see if he knows anything. If not, then she'll release him.
I mean,
But then we know she's like legit been interrogated. I like Jaxie. I like these barbarians. Barbarians are very dumb.
sure. But they can also be very persuasive. I mean, this guy's been beat to shit already.
Exactly.
But like, but like,
And the captain may even take him. The captain may not imprison him because he's not committed a
but
crime.
here's the
She
thing:
may still try to get some information out of him.
the biggest threat to this dude's the biggest threat to this guy is killing him. The barbarians can fucking kill him. I mean, tell us everything you know, or we're gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I'm saying the captain can bribe him.
oh,
Like
you.
she gives you other options other than just intimidation, imprisonment. She has a whole city at her disposal.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I mean,
Uh,
he if he can make it back home, he's gonna have like money and shit. So like,
yeah.
um, and like I don't
She
know.
can arrange to get him transport back to Baldur's Gate as well.
I'm okay with that. That's fine. We can send her a project.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are about to ask her a question, and you can just all of
Yeah,
that is in the letter. That you
yeah.
Yeah.
send.
Just say,
Yeah.
hey,
No. Yeah.
there's
Everything in this little role play session is in this
No,
message.
yeah, for sure.
there's
No,
gonna be some jack dudes. Tell them you think they're very big and strong. They'll love that. And when you bid them adieu, like kind of like pound on your chest and say or whatever, and you'll be forever in their debt. Um, so no, I fucking love these guys. So these
Yes.
yeah,
Or
they'll.
whatever.
I mean, they might end up becoming part of my campaign. But anyway, I mean, we're gonna have new leadership in place, but yeah. So we put that in there. Get
It's
what you
just
can
another
out of him.
sect.
Yeah, I don't.
John.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. That's cool.
John,
Yeah.
remind me how this thing that you brained up works. Is it like a daily reset, or can you guys like I am a little bit, or is it just like a daily email?
Once a day.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys.
I mean, you could alter that however you wanted.
no,
If you wanted to say you could freely speak back and forth because it makes it easier for me as a DM right now.
Yeah.
it's once a day, and it gets reset at
But
dawn.
we can do a full page.
It gets reset at dawn, and you guys are writing it before dawn, so you should be able to get a message back or reply back in the morning when you wake up.
Yeah. No, I'm coming around on that idea because I feel like she would like even though she shouldn't, she might start to feel bad that he's been through some fucking shit, but not bad
Yeah.
enough to be like,
We would
oh, I
explain the
want to go back. I
situation
want to get back together with him. It's not like
that
I
that.
mean,
he,
his wife and family. He did say his wife and family were killed when he was taken.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's enough.
yeah,
That's a bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we're basically
that's a
explaining the
pill to
situation like
swallow.
he was taken so they could get
Oh yeah,
information
you
out
don't
of him
have to
because he
explain. Yeah,
connected
yeah.
to
So you
Annette.
guys write in the message.
Like, well, we would.
Yeah,
He was
no,
in the room,
yeah, I'm
like
saying
barricaded.
you don't have to explain it to me now. Like,
Gotcha. Yeah.
like in the letter, you guys write, we met these barbarians. They're cool shit or whatever. We were
or
attacked.
whatever.
We were attacked by the Balians, and that's who the red people are. And they attacked us while they were there, which is their fucking last mistake they made. So we went back and wrecked their house and killed their priests and their pretty much their army. So as far as that goes, the king and the Sword Coast realm won't be hearing and or won't be bugged by these motherfuckers anymore. So you can tell the king that you sent some agents in, or however you want to phrase that,
Or
to
whatever.
credit
Or
for the king.
whatever.
I was about to fucking say that, didn't I?
Yeah.
That you
We're
took
gonna
care of
bully that
that.
out of your vocabulary.
Everybody needs a catchphrase, Austin. That's yours.
You took care of that. The captain took care of that threat, and that's no longer an issue. And then you guys mentioned that you found someone who was being held hostage that may be able to give us some more information on these fuckers, and you would appreciate if she could interrogate him and as to why they had such a hard on for Hunter. That this dude has a backstory with Annette.
We're more interested in how he was barricaded in the room and tied to that table. Who was in that room with him?
Right. So you just asked like, to get all the
He's not gonna know why they're going after Hunter. He's not gonna know
No,
anything, but he's gonna be able to tell us about people that were in the room. That's what we need to know.
Right. And it could be as simple as the guy who barricaded him inside the room. Oh, wait, we killed that guy. I was going to say, it could be the same guy who poofed out when they killed the elder lady. But it could be somebody
but
similar to
we
him.
killed that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be somebody. Yeah.
These guys could easily answer to another sect. They could be a feeder sect of Balians working for a much bigger group.
Yeah, I would assume there's more Balians out in the world, but maybe this particular subset is all but
I would like to check those the location rings. Are there still 2 active pings when I check them?
When you only feel one.
I only feel 1.
When you feel one coming from Waterdeep direction, your excellent sense of direction.
So that would be that's
is
the
it
queen,
the powerful
right?
one I saw before, or is it
you
the
can
queen?
You knew the difference, and you can tell this is the queen. You can feel the difference between them.
So
that other one feels like it's gone completely. Did I find a similar ring on any of the guys we searched?
No, but they didn't. Everything that you didn't find anything at all though, and which would, I don't know, kind of seem weird to me that you search a body and there's like almost sterile.
I mean, they it's as simple as they're just wizards who are dedicated to the cause. Like, you learn how to do spells, but you have no possessions. It's kind of like being a Jedi.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, or a Sith.
Right. Yeah. Sure, because they're evil. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, meager life, but you can do some wild shit.
You guys put all that in the message. Talk to Jaxie a little bit more, and then when you wake up in the morning before you set off, you guys check the letter again, knowing that it'll be reset or whatever. And she says that she'll send some riders to, where is that place called? Dragonspear Castle. She has some friends there. This thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
If they can take this dude there, then she'll get him back to Waterdeep with her sort of authority, so to speak. So the barbarians don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, it'll save them the hoofing.
Yeah, do any shit, and she can get him back faster with her piece.
That's nice of her.
She mentions that she remembers. To answer your question about the lady Liana and my feelings towards her, I'm still a bit in shock that she's still alive. I knew her as a child. She was a sweet young girl. but she grew up in the court, and she can be as deceptive as anyone in court. I always suspected that her and her brother were too close, but humans being dirty animals anyways, I didn't care too much, especially the royalty.
Does,
Um,
does Tux let a net see that part?
I
um,
mean, I feel like you guys trust Tux to just read this stuff, and he tells you the
Yeah,
pertinent information.
he's a good secretary.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
like I feel
he's
like he's
like
just the
he's
group
kind. When
secretary.
you think about it, Tux is basically like Alexa.
Yes,
You can ask him questions, got a lot of info, can keep notes for you, remind you of your appointments.
it's like an Alexa who can kill things.
It's like, hey Tux, play Blackwater by the Doobie Brothers.
Oh,
Like,
Blackwater, keep
her
on
overall
rolling,
impression is
real
somewhat
simple.
neutral,
Keep on shining.
essentially. She's wary of her because she knows, she seems mistrustful. Whether or not it's because if it's a human or because it's just her, you don't know.
I
uh
think it's a human and it's a noble.
You
Like
definitely get you
those
definitely get
are.
that. Yeah, you definitely get that
I
impression.
mean,
I'm
I
not
was
from England. I don't trust nobles. I don't
But
trust
she
American
also mentions
politicians.
that the three houses that she's talking about are the people that she knew the best when she was in court, and they
mhm.
would have known her in a different way than she would have as an advisor to her father. So she is also interested in getting an unbiased view of the nobles and if they would actually back her against the king. She does mention, whether or not she's better than the devil that we know. I'm unsure.
Right.
I don't know of her politics or what she would do with the kingdom or if she
Yeah.
had the throne. But I sense that the next few days or weeks will be very telling in that regard as to the quality of men or women who back this woman will also be a guide to her character as well. So you are to
Yeah.
judge. I would advise you judge these nobles on their own character and they if you would trust them and who they would trust, kind of thing.
I have a question. Do we have like at least like a name on these houses? Because here's why I ask. I imagine it's gonna take us, at least a day to get to. It's gonna take us a day or two to get to these places, right? So if we have a
Should
name,
take weeks.
right, whatever, it's gonna take more time than we need. But what I'd like to do is like to, if Tux doesn't know this shit, I would love to write to the captain and be like, hey, we're going to X this house, like this place. Can you tell us anything about them that would like at least help us be cordial? Any
Yes.
kind of
So
Very good idea.
customs?
I would think that when you guys are writing the letter, because you knew where you were going before we sent the letter last night,
Uh huh.
and it seems like that'd be something that you would have said,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
in your,
well, like you
these
said, if it
are this is where we're going. So
right,
she'd tell you if you guys are going to which one are you going to?
the the southern
Baragon?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not zoomed in far enough to read that. Yeah, Baragost.
Baragost, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
she would I mean she like since you are going to Baragost, right, that's probably the best place to go first. That's sort of an entry point into the kingdom, obviously. It's very well traveled. You'll see a lot of people there. Newcomers are widely accepted. It's kind of a merchant town. It's extremely popular for visiting and traveling merchants to come through. Uh,
holy fuck, Austin, did you do research?
I did.
Because I just looked up Baragost on Google and I was like,
Uh-huh.
merchant caravans. Look at you, Austin. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. I
So,
mean, you
and
could have easily just fucking bullshitted that and it would have been fine too.
well, we talked
Very much
about
so.
trying to keep this map and the what's here a little bit so that we could even if we're jumping 500 years in the future or past, and nothing that we're doing in this one is relevant to that one. If you've been to a town, you kind of have an idea of the history, and it's up to the DM to sort of change it the way they want it to.
Sure.
But if we keep it all within the canon of the world, it just makes that easier. It makes
It's
it
easier on you, less work.
Yeah. So, and she gives you a sort of contact there, somebody, an old friend. I don't have a name for you yet. I'll think.
That's okay.
And she says that the noble house there has always seemed lazy and lackadaisical to her, but because they have pretty much easy money, and it kind of comes and goes. The king, they should have quite a bit of influence because they know they are part of the reason they have such good relations with the kingdoms around them, sort of touching this point. So they have a lot of influence in the realms surrounding them, not just this kingdom, right? So this would probably be one of the biggest ones. This is like House Stark kind of thing. Like, if this is a big deal. So she tells you that you guys should be welcomed. No big deal. You don't really need to know anything about these guys. Just go there and act like travelers for whatever story seems best to you at the time.
That should be easy because that's basically what we are.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good. Yeah, and by the way, just in case we forget, we want to do this for every single stop. Like, this is gonna be something Annette would want. Like, we don't want to fucking stick out. We don't want to cause trouble. Because it's stupid to walk into an unfamiliar town, do something that might be completely innocent, but it's like death sentence in that town, and then find out fucking nothing, and then we gotta work our way out of prison.
Yeah.
I dig it for sure.
Okay, cool.
The other team, I did want to ask one other thing to the captain. Tux would mention that she should probably, if she's feeling uneasy about the king, because she probably doesn't see him often, it's probably time for an in-person meeting to see if there's any changes.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That she should probably go meet with him, and we would be very interested to see anything she finds out about the king.
All right, so here, this is what we're gonna. I mean, we'll just do this fucking real quick. No, this is
because I'd say she could do
perfect.
that while we're doing this.
This is what we're gonna do. You guys travel to fucking here, and you guys just travel down here.
You get to the edge of Nahara.
I see it now.
Yeah, you guys make it to the edge, like pretty much the next. Like, you guys are traveling, and Jaxie says that he's gonna give you some rangers to go with you, sort of the edge of the area until you get back on the King's Road, and you guys are sort of back in your element.
Yeah.
So he sends like 20 guys with you, so like no one fucks with you.
Oh,
no
thank you, Jackson.
Oh, you guys are definitely part of the clan, and
or whatever.
Or whatever.
Is that how it's done?
No, you have.
Well done. Good job, Tux.
You are part of the clan. If you guys ever need a place to stay, or if you guys ever need a barbarian army to like swoop in and like fuck some shit up, like we're gonna take this place over too, and because we've had some people that have been interested in like branching out with some new ways, so we're gonna send those fucking hippies over here, and we're gonna go back to Orgoth, but we're pretty much gonna take this shit over, and if you guys need anything, like fucking let us know or whatever.
Same to you, Jaxie.
And then so you guys get to hear, John, you wrote the message, and then as you guys are then traveling down, you guys received the reply to your question that I have not forgotten.
About the houses?
No, we had a question about the houses,
all right.
and I said she should go check in on the king and see if she can get an update on how she feels about him and how he's doing.
So she says that
Time for a face-to-face.
She felt the same way. She decided to give him the information about the Balians, basically been attacking the supply train and making like raids into the towns or whatever in person, so she could kind of get a feel for him.
So
So
she's on her way there now.
she's actually on her way there now,
Fuck yeah.
and she's also going because the king is currently at Daggerford,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and that's one of the houses that you guys are talking to, but
Mm-hmm.
it tells you that she's gonna like also try and talk, but she's pretty much gonna be like hardliner for the king, but she's gonna keep her eyes and ears open, but she can't appear in any sense, even in her back like spyways. She's not gonna try and like because she could tip her hat right now, and that would be bad, obviously.
Right. Yeah, she
But she'll
doesn't
keep her
need
eyes
to. She doesn't
open.
need to investigate those houses to if
Yeah,
it'll
she's
fucking
not. Yeah,
compromise her, because
she's
we
not
can do
gonna
that
talk to the
shit.
king, and she might see the house in the court, but she's not talking to them. She's talking to the king.
Right
So
on.
that's what she replies with.
Cool.
And my dog apparently is about to shit herself. Sorry.
Very good, bro.
Okay.
I'll go take a leak real quick.
Come on. I know. Come on.
I really didn't. It wasn't gonna bother me if Austin didn't loop that in, but I felt bad because I gave him almost nothing to work with on a backstory. Because I usually when we play, I like fucking end up finding either taking the lead of the group or somehow finding my way doing it because nobody else is taking it. And I'm like, I kind of just want to be a background player and just, you know, what's up?
You guys still here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's going good so far.
John, I've just been informed that apparently my dad didn't feel like Winston was drinking enough water, so he held a bowl up to his face for him to drink out of.
Okay.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's gonna miss this dog when we leave.
Oh, yes, he is. And Adam could never give up a dog. So
Mm-mm.
he's fucked there.
Yeah, he's not getting my fucking dog.
No. If he wants the dog, he needs to move in next door. And you don't want that to
You
happen.
watch your goddamn mouth, John.
I mean, they are going to be retired soon.
Yeah. Still. Oh my God, rolling that 20. You know how like D&D Beyond has a bunch of different like dice, digital dice.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do shit when you roll a nat 20 on them. Like they have like a little animation. So I've been rolling like a fuck ton of dice at a time. Oh, there's one. Does this set do anything? Nope.
48 D10s.
I-
Still no D20.
I rolled, dude. I bet I have rolled close to 50 of them.
Oh, I believe it. I know how you are.
Yeah. I have decided when I DM that I'm going to roll physical dice the whole time. I'm not
Well, that
fudging
gives us
shit.
the best chance.
I'm not fudging shit. But there will be a lot of. There's going to be a lot of casting.
If you start rolling good, I'm going to be pissed.
I mean, look. Here's the thing: is it?
I just rolled 4. I got 8, 10, 17, 19.
That's the cool thing about DMing is you roll, at least in combat, you roll so much more than the players do. So it's bound to level out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sometimes they're going to be bad. Sometimes they're going to be good. Sometimes they're going to be middle of the road.
I want to do more casters, but I also want to do more like supernatural monsters. Like maybe early on do some specters or ghosts.
Yeah.
You know? Shadows.
Oh, I know some things I definitely want to use. But I'm not going to tell you about them. Boz, I have bookmarked the giant 8 page just in case.
Oh, cool.
So, good God, dude, for real? Plus 9 to hit is what my character rolls at to hit. which is good. And then 3d10 plus 6 twice. I mean, what's my... I'm not fucking doing that kind of damage. I mean, I can do... What? 5d6 with a sneak attack? 5d6 plus 6?
At 8, you should be at 66, right? No. Or you're
No,
at 5.
46. 46 on
46.
sneak attack.
Yeah, you'll be at 5 on 9.
Yeah.
Your next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... that was a shit roll. But yeah, I mean, it's good for not being the T-Rex. The only other shitty thing about the T-Rex is that, like, the multi-attack, it's good, it's fucking killer, but, like, you can't attack the same thing with your multi-attack. Because... like, it's got a bite and a tail whip, but unless the creature's, like, of a certain size...
the T-Rex.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But 4d12 plus 7?
It's still, both attacks are worth it if you can only do one.
It has less hit points than the giant ape, and it's got 1 more point of AC. Oh, it's only... No, dude, I can be a T-Rex. It's CR8.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, well, I'm going to bookmark this, too. There you go. Boz, you can make somebody a T-Rex.
Everybody remember to take a long rest, by the way.
I already did. Boz, do that if you haven't.
Just did it now.
T-Rex is a fucking... I mean, they're both nice.
Not to mention the.
But if you got a bunch of guys, the T-Rex is perfect.
Not to mention the grab and restrain with the bite.
Mm-hmm. You can just keep biting them.
Right. Because then you have advantage. So that's pretty
what's
fucking...
the damage on that thing? Yeah,
4d12 plus 7. And the tail is 3d8 plus 7. So Boz, the Turtles game was fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Is it like the old school Turtle games?
It is very, very reminiscent of that. I actually ended up watching the whole opening credits. It was great.
I'm back.
All right, cool.
And better than ever.
Not that I mean, how do you guys want to get there? You guys want to use the main road?
I wouldn't see why not. I mean,
that's what we've been doing.
Well, you guys have the map, right? You see this little dotted line.
Can I just ask one question though? How much longer do you think we need?
I don't know. That's awesome. Because we're about 15 minutes from where we usually call it.
9:30. I'm tracking.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Just check.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we could just take a straight shot, or we could take the main road. I don't think a straight shot saves us that.
So
much.
there's typically a reason there's roads, right?
Yeah.
And it's because of terrain. So
exactly.
The roads are always going to be your fastest way. As far as these little dotted roads, I don't know if they're roads, if they're just as fast as like the dark line roads.
No, yeah, the dots are walking paths. The
is that what
dark
it is?
Bars are highways. I'm just using Google Map logic.
Oh, so it says the dark lines are roads and the dashed lines are tracks. So it sounds more like a trail. So yeah, I think you're not too far off there, Boz, actually. But yeah, so I'd say we take the roads. I mean, if we were going to cut across anything, I'd say right there. But, instead of going way back up fucking north, and then just to come back down northwest to come back down southeast, But other than that, I'd say we'd stick to the roads.
Okay.
You know what? It doesn't have to be a whole thing, Austin, either. But I think when we get to Baldur's Gate, Annette would definitely go check in on her mom. So,
Yeah, okay.
I mean, whether or not we're gonna get there tonight. But yeah.
Yeah. I feel you.
Oh, Tux gets to meet Annette's mom.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'll come up.
Ooh.
Make sure that
You
doesn't happen.
better hide her.
Right. Oh God
hide
damn
her.
it. God damn.
Oh shit! Yes.
Boz,
Yes!
here's the twist, Boz. She got her bottom half cut off, but it was survivable, so she doesn't have any genitalia.
Yeah, Austin. Do you remember?
Polymorph.
Austin, do you remember that being in the backstory?
Awesome.
I don't remember him ever telling me that.
I don't care. I'm here for all of this.
She's still got one good hole.
I have a
Oh, there's more than one on the head, brother. You just gotta get creative.
Jesus
well,
Christ! Please don't
right.
gouge out my mom's eyes and skull fucker.
Took turns
Don't ask
pissing
him,
into the
don't ask
ocular
him
cavities.
what he can fuck.
You're gonna fucking die before that happens. So yeah, I'll come
He's
up with
got
a name
9
for her
holes
by
in her
next
body
week because I don't
to
remember
get
what the
pregnant
fuck it
with.
was.
Consuela.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to say?
Need more lemon pledge. No, I think we'd set off.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you guys set off. This area is pretty well traveled as you guys are going along through here. Was there any messages you wanted to say to the captain? Like
No,
she said that she was going to talk to the king, and then so now you guys just sort of back to normal. Like things over here are well. She says everything's normal. She's going to be meeting the king in the next day or two.
Cool.
So,
I think
are you
also
getting high, John? What's going on over there?
yes.
My brother, I think, sneezed. Or
Oh, I didn't know if you were like taking like some.
Also, since it's a fairly large city,
Always getting high.
we would once we get to Baldur's Gate, I think we should buy as many healing potions as we can.
Oh, definitely.
So, I mean, we've still got coin. We've got a lot of coin. Like
Oh, yeah,
I might be looking for some fucking gear too.
You got so I forgot to you got.
How much coin did we find in that room?
Yeah, you guys found a bit of a treasure trove.
Oh,
and
okay.
The clan definitely split it with you. They took a lot of the jewels and like the crafts work and like the normal treasure shit. And it was a pretty equal split of that and then like the actual gold coins. And they let you guys take the coins. So you guys can each add 600 gold coins.
Oh damn! I'll take
You
it.
pretty much found the Bolian's life savings.
Dope. They didn't fucking deserve it anyway.
But God bless you, John's brother. Well, I mean, he's John's brother, so it's already pretty.
It's
He
about
needs
to
all
come-
the help
about to
he
happen
can get.
again. There it goes.
All right. So over here, you guys see this part's pretty well traveled, and as you guys are traveling along from here down to, why did you write back to the captain? I'm gonna ask you a little bit just so that we can give you a chance to.
I don't really have anything.
All right,
If
cool.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
we're
have it.
headed there. She told us a little bit about that place. So
Yeah, so you probably would have
We're
just
good.
written like you normally wrote back. You're
Yeah.
pretty much your same sentence. I think like she always replied back with the same information, but written in a different way, so you knew it was like new, not just like the same sentence every single
Yeah.
time. And you kind of probably picked that up. Everything normal kind of thing. As you guys are traveling, how would you guys want to go? This Troll Claw Ford right here. This isn't a traditional city. It is right next to this the troll, whatever.
Lita.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's kind of weird. I remember earlier when you guys went through Daggerford, you guys kind of skipped town a little bit. You didn't really want to go in. Is your
No.
intention to pretty much like hoof it essentially to Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
kind of stay on the off the main track?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know what a ford is. Is it like a town? I
No,
mean,
yeah, I'm pretty
we
sure
might
there's
stop in
probably.
for like food, but we're not
It's a
gonna fucking
shipyard.
hang
I
around.
mean, Tux would know the basic history of the place. He knew that there's a river. You can kind of
That's
see
what I
it.
was gonna say. It'd be probably like a town that a river flows
You
through.
can kind of see this river that's coming through right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of this blue color. It's kind of light.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I see it.
it's a town that grew up around a ford, but the ford itself has been like paved over with like stones and like it's like a proper stone bridge now, but the name just stuck.
So it's a town that's basically built in a dry riverbed.
Well, there's still the river there, but there's just it's just a normal town. There just happens to be a river that kind of goes through part of it, and there's a ford there that's the historical the ford, but no one gives a shit.
They don't use it anymore.
Yeah, that's what you knew. That's what you would know from the history.
So it's out of date technology.
Well, they don't use a ford anymore. It's the name just stuck.
That's what I'm saying. The Ford is an out of date piece of
Oh,
technology.
sure, yeah, along a major road for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
So,
the Mustang's still a
guys-
good car.
You guys kind of skip town a little bit, and you guys make it over here. Because each square is a day, remember. So, and the only reason we're kind of stopping is I want to give a little back and forth of the king and queen, right? So you get a message back, Tux, that she met with the king. The king seemed to have met. He doesn't seem to have changed at all, other than his general like sour mood and like just general like shitty mood he seems to have been in for the past couple of years.
Was there any? I would write back. Was there any?
Oh no, hold on a
new
second. I
advice?
haven't given
Okay.
more information she gave you yet.
Okay, gotcha.
She met with the king. He was very happy to hear about the Valians. He didn't ask any questions at all about her agent, like he never does. He seems to trust me, as he always has. Um, we haven't. We were planning on having a meeting tomorrow. I don't know what it's about, but it's very regular for him to call private meetings with counselors while we're around, especially captains. So far, he seems to be pretty normal. I'll respond back with any answers and let you know what's going on next day.
Okay.
Cool.
So, do you have any questions, or you just say cool or whatever?
He would ask. He would say, "That's fantastic." Was there any new employees that you've seen, or anyone close to the king that you've noticed that is new? Because that could be important as well.
Yeah. Cool. So you asked that. So the next day when you guys wake up, you check your letter. She says not that she knows of, but she hasn't had a proper meeting with him yet. She was received in court when she gave her sort of like information. There's a lot of new faces, but that's pretty normal too. The people who are coming and trying to ingratiate themselves with the king. But she's having a meeting that night, so she'll be able to give you an update the following day of when they're having what's going on. But so far, everything seems fine. So, Annette, tell you guys then get as you guys draw closer to Baldur's Gate. Tell me what you remember seeing. Like I want to. So we're closing. This is what we're going to close with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to let you sort of describe what Baldur's Gate looks like as you sort of come home for the first time in quite a few years.
What time of day is this?
Good morning. You guys
Okay.
left in the morning.
I mean, as far as how it looks, I'd love to. I'd probably stay in canon. I think what more about it would be like how she feels going back. It's like it was home for a long time, and then like this thing happened, and then all of a sudden she felt like all the attachment to the city just fucking left. And then I think also what comes along with that is like she wasn't trying to like fight the way she felt, but like when that did happen, she didn't like how it felt, like that she let some dude have that much power over her.
Yeah.
You know, it's like fucking like it's shitty what he did. I should have been able to just shrug that off and say fuck him, but she still can't help it. So
Yeah.
it's like there's probably a big lump in her throat that she's got to swallow, and like she's happy that she's gonna see her mom, but like there's nothing here for her besides that. Like she's happy to be there, go see home, maybe show the boys some like old like not pictures, but you know, like bust open the equivalent of a fantasy photo album for them. Or be like, hey, this was like her first like
Here's my new,
sword.
here's my new scar.
Right, right,
Here's this trinket that I got when I
right,
fucking killed a cult group that was
right,
hunting us down. I mean,
right.
you got some cool
She's
stories.
like, hey, mom, see this chink, like this little chink in the sword. It came from somebody's phone.
Yeah, you guys
Like,
show your tribal tattoos on your arms that, or whatever.
or whatever. Ooh, there's magical tattoos in the game, by the way, Austin.
Hey, Mom, look at my robot.
Right, yeah, that's probably like the cool, like she didn't have friends, like when she left, and now she's got two friends. Like that's cool. Like she didn't have anything. She was off on basically on a fucking adventure, and you know, it'll be a fun homecoming, but she also doesn't want to like. She's not gonna like. It's not gonna be like. I don't think she's ever gonna wrestle with. Did I make the wrong decision? Should I come back here? Like that's not gonna happen.
So I just want to reiterate, and I'll kind of reiterate it next time too. As you guys were going along the road,
Mhm.
all the way that you guys took from, like as you guys were coming up here, then you guys kind of double back up down here, and then all the way to Baldur's Gate. That was very well traveled. You guys frequently saw king soldiers sort of going along it. It looked like it was very well guarded. Like, and they were mostly you never saw them interact with the people. They were always sort of looking on the like out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like the roads were, I mean, it's the King's Road, and it seems like he's taking the King's Road safety uh, very seriously.
Sure.
Just as an aside.
I mean,
And
yeah.
that's what we're going to call it. But I did want to say, Boz, if you need to go, you can go. We're not going to necessarily keep playing. But Adam, if you wanted to take some time while we're still recording to give us a little backstory on Annette and what happened, I think that'd be cool.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah, and I'll listen to it later on.
it'll be like the last few minutes, Boz.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Cool. Right on, man.
Okay.
All
See you
right.
later, boss.
Yeah,
Later,
I'm,
Boz.
I guess.
I'm trying to go to bed a little early tonight too. So when we're done with
No,
this, I'm off the game.
this won't take long. I don't have her backstory pulled up because it's on a different computer, but we'll just wing it and call this canon.
Yeah.
Like she is a fishmonger because her dad was a fishmonger, right? Like, it's. I think Baldur's Gate's a little closer to water than this map is showing. It's just a big. It's a big fucking city. It's like I think it's the second biggest city on the Sword Coast behind Waterdeep. Maybe smaller than Neverwinter. I'm not real sure, population wise. But like it was family business. So like it's what she knew. That's why she does it. She was good at it. You know, stick to what you're good at, right? So like she's grows up in the fish business, and then you know like probably around 16, 17, somewhere in there, she meets this boy, and that's exactly what he is. He's a fucking boy. He's still a boy, right? and John knows that this is very Gormley-esque, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm okay with it because I like the story. So he's a little he's not from a working class family where she very much is, and like they worked hard and they made decent money, but like enough for like her parents to retire, but like eventually like on a side path, like the reason dad's not there is because dad got sick. Dad eventually passed away, so it was just her and her mom, and then and once she knew her mom basically convinced her to get the fuck out. She's like, "There's nothing here for you. Like, you're unhappy here. Like, go." But yes, so to go back, she meets this Tom fella, and it's young love that everybody is familiar with, where you're stupid and you think it's gonna last forever and all that good
What
fucking
kind of
shit.
family was Tom a part of? I like to think that he was
I'm trying to
like
think of like a I'm gonna say here's a good one. They were farriers, right? So they owned horses and shit. Like, but like they had a that's what a farrier is, right?
sure.
I don't know horses. Um,
I know what you mean
so
though.
yeah, they ran like they had a stable and like they
I mean, but
bred.
you got to think about it. Like, this isn't just horses like we think of horses. They're like pretty much like the Fords, or
Right,
like right, like the horses are the mode of transport.
right. Yeah, and
Like the
they
horses are
bred
tractors. Horses are everything.
they bred strong horses for working and plowing fields. They bred.
So they ran a ranch.
Yeah.
Horse
Farrier
ranch.
is the wrong word. That's the guy who works on horseshoes and reshoeing horses. But
Yeah.
anyway,
They were ranchers.
yeah. They bred horses. They were very successful. You know, horses ain't cheap, and they made good money doing it. Work horses, travel horses, speed horses, because sometimes you gotta get someplace in a hurry. They had them all, and they made good money doing it. But like, finally, they get a little older. They're
Well, I like to think that you guys like would talk about like the future. Like maybe you had some
totally
ideas of how to like improve saddles or improve like. I feel like you're the type of person that would like get into his life. Like you would want to pour like, hey, what if we did this? And like you guys like
yeah.
stayed up late talking about like
I like that.
planning
She
planning on how you guys could change it and how you guys could yeah, just stuff like that.
here's what it
Kinda like
is.
your
Here's what it
invention
is.
and
She was always like an independent kid, and like she got way more into like his family shit than she ever thought she would. Like she thought she'd be like, yeah, I do fish, right? This is my family's thing. This is what we do. But then like she was like into this dude, and we thought everything was gonna last forever. So she's like, I'll also learn this, and she probably lost more of herself than she wanted to. And then when things didn't, hang on.
I like it. Oh, are you there?
He said, hang on.
Okay, so yeah, so like things were good. They were happy, and then I would say like when he got to be like 18 to 20, probably closer to 20, like he starts getting more like responsibility in the business, but like it's not hard work, right? He's like delegating a lot, and like he realizes that like their classes don't match up,
Well,
right?
because I like to think that the ideas that you guys had, like you had like
Worked,
I mean, because well you yeah like
and she
you
didn't get any of the fucking credit for it.
if you came in with like your ideas because this wasn't your shit and so you were thinking that seeing things in a different way, and as he got more into it, I like the idea of your shit was like good and he took credit for it a little
For
bit
sure.
and for his family because he's trying to impress his dad,
Right.
but he also took the credit. So his dad sees you, Annette, as like, why are you with
Why are
this
you
girl?
slumming it? Right.
Yeah, like I
There
get.
was
I mean,
there was
we can
definitely
all have fun, But I
Right.
like to think that at some point he was sat down and was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
but
real.
maybe she doesn't know that conversation happened,
Yeah, how would
right?
you?" But like, yeah,
Right.
he was
But
like, "Come on,
like,
like,
so
you can
like,
have fun, but
so whether Tom came to it on his own or this conversation with his family happened, she doesn't know. But what she does know is that um, he ended things, and then a few days later, he's with
so
his wife that had been
were you
murdered,
guys
and she is
engaged
a rich
properly?
family too. What?
Were you guys engaged?"
No, I don't think so.
Well, I like the idea that you guys were talking about it, and
There
then
was
like,
plans for it.
suddenly, like when you guys were starting to seriously talk about it, like how you guys would come to live, and like how would we do this, and well, you'd be the new, like this would be kind of your thing, and then suddenly he goes cold for a few days, and he stops
Sure.
talking about it. Like he probably had this talk with his dad about an engagement, and then suddenly it was like, oh,
Right.
something
He was
happened,
like, "Hey, I need to make a withdrawal from the bank account to pay for a wedding, buy our own
yeah,
house, all that shit."
and
And
then
then the
yeah,
conversation happened.
he got sat down.
Yeah, and then basically like a week after ending it, like she sees he's with someone that's, you know, of a wealthier family, right?
Yeah, like all
Like a lady.
no, like all of a sudden, like yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's some
you
Downton
then
Abbey
so
bullshit.
what?
I don't know. I've never
This is
watched
what
that
happens.
show.
Me either.
So like he says that things might not be a good idea. I tend to think he's like a typical guy where he equivocates. He doesn't really say one thing or another. You guys aren't really engaged, and he's just like, maybe we should like, we should make sure we have our friends. We don't really know who we are. Like the things that he's saying, it sounds like he's parroting from someone else.
Yeah.
And then like he doesn't come to you where you guys meet for a few days, and then one time while you're out, you see him with his parents and somebody else's parents and this girl, and then you recognize that like they're
It's
the
an
leather,
arrangement.
they're the leather family or whatever. Like they make
Sure.
leather saddles,
Right. It's a good business
and
arrangement.
like and like
That's cool. I
she's
like that.
all over him, and like his dad is looking at him with pride, and like he's like he's looking like he feels like king shit.
He's like elbowing him, like, eh, eh.
He's
But
like,
yeah,
man. And then I like this idea where he sees you, and then you see him. Like you guys make that eye contact. You see those green eyes one last time, and you look at him, and like you see nothing. It's like you're looking at glass marbles, and then he looks away casually, like you were nothing.
no, I got something better that I dig more than that, right?
What'd you do?
Like,
Tell me
okay,
about,
no,
tell me about that interaction.
that all happens, right? But like,
Okay.
let's say she sees this after she's walking home from work, right?
Okay.
So she's still got like all her knives and stuff on her fucking blades from fish cutting all day,
Yeah.
right?
'Cause
And she's being accompanied by a coworker who's probably somewhat of a friend, more than an acquaintance, right? And she sees this shit happening, and she knows that it's fucking done, but like she takes out one of the fucking like the biggest blade. She unsheaths it, and she starts walking fast, almost charging. And this dude is like, he like holds her back, talks her down, and basically is like, he's not fucking worth it, right? Like that's how she was ready to go cut this bitch and cut him, and then
Damn.
yeah, because like I want her to be more than like she needs some fucking
Now,
cojones.
here's a pertinent question too for her psyche. Did she lose her virginity to this guy? Was this like her first?
I would probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was her first
And-
everything. Dude.
And
like,
is this
kiss,
most likely
man,
a culture where that's something you're supposed to save for marriage?
I mean,
That she grew up in?
I feel like all
Or at
kind
least
of
the noble culture,
like-
especially?
I feel like all kind of human fantasy kind of is that way. It's
Yeah.
very old school, so yeah, let's say
Yeah.
yes.
So
Right.
I would say so. She lost everything.
Everything.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had
So-
invested a lot, and the
Yeah.
stock market fucking crashed. So
that is brutal.
yeah, so like, and that's where like, I mean, I think if you go that way with it, like her ready to go, like go cut some motherfuckers.
And now she's
Like-
got all this knowledge on horses and probably 2 wasted years of not fucking with fish as much.
Right. Well,
You
like,
know.
but like go, and then I think she probably sinks into like a pretty decent depression, and then like after a couple months, her mom's like, "Look, things
Get
are
out.
good. The business is fine.
Right.
I keep getting royalties. It's set up. Old boy that held you back is running it fine. It's gonna be good. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
And
you're
then-
not everywhere you go, you're gonna see that shit. This is how I like.
Right.
That's just how it is.
That's not going to be good for anybody.
Get the fuck-
Because here's what it was. If she stuck around, she was going to end up in jail or dead. She
Yeah.
wouldn't have let this go. So she had to go.
Yeah.
And I like to think it went that way because that also leads to like
That or like
a little bit of
embarrassed.
unhingedness, which I haven't played a lot with, but like she fucking off that dude for that she didn't have to in the bar, right? So like it's there, it just doesn't get it takes a lot to tap into it. So yeah, I'm good with that. And I'll come up with some more names for you by next week, Austin. I'll send them to you.
Cool.
One thing I think that Tux is going to bring up to Annette, or would have brought up to Annette on the road, do we need to set up getting your mother somewhere safer?
Ooh, that's interesting. We'll deal with that because we'll ask her and we'll
Yes.
see does she feel
Because
if
they
she
did
feels
come
safe?
get Tom. They should have grabbed your mom, but they came and got Tom.
Mm-hmm. But
So-
maybe they just had shitty intel, right? Because they
Yeah,
did.
Maybe the next guy won't.
Right. Sure. But like I'm gonna leave that up to her because her mom's old. So like maybe her
Yeah.
mom's like, if I go out, I go out. Like, and I'm cool
Maybe.
with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Should,
So that's something for Austin to
definitely
think
need
about.
to have that.
We'll
in
have
our
that
heads.
conversation. But yeah, I think that's about it. Like
Cool.
I told Boz, I'm like, I gave Austin something because I didn't give him shit for a backstory, but I was also trying to be kind of a minor character in this one. So
I left a lot of my backstory blank.
Yeah.
I didn't give a ton.
I'm
I
gonna
had a lot of dead years.
I'm gonna shut this recording down though.